here with Avery Hill, and we are in beautiful Portland on the rooftop.
The rooftop garden, yeah.
That's right. Avery Hill is a big deal here in Portland, and you've been doing ukulele here for quite some time.
It's been over 10 years now. Yeah, since I've been teaching music, and yeah, just about 10 years teaching ukulele as well.
Great. And recently, the biggest project that I know about is that you were recording an album, which we were going to debut at our store.
I know.
And
then the life interfered.
But
yes.
you were able to have your launch party
I
after all.
was. Yes, so I just finished crowdfunding for a new record called The One Who Remembers. It's all original songs that I wrote also over about the past 10 years or so. And I'm excited for that to come out in November is the plan at the moment.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is this is my own interpretation of Avery's songwriting. Is it very much reminds me of like a John Prine kind of storytelling.
That's high praise. Thank you.
As soon as she starts singing any one of her songs, it's like my tear ducts kind of just start welling up because it's something. The last one I listened to was something about sitting in the kitchen, the country kitchen, and
yeah,
I thought, oh, this is going to be meaningful.
Yeah.
You could tell just by
thank
the
you.
melody and the chords.
Yes. I really try to place my songs in a particular setting so you can feel like you're right there with the characters or in that moment seeing what I see. Yeah.
You do a great job with that.
Thank you.
So you're going to be teaching at Reno.
I am.
And one of the things is songwriting.
I am. I know. I'm really excited. It's only recently that I've started teaching songwriting. It's been so much fun. So I have learned that to separate out, I'll be doing one workshop on lyrics and one workshop on composition because they are two very different approaches to writing. I find folks feel kind of strong in one or stronger in one area than in the other. So it'll be a nice chance. You're welcome to take both or one or the other depending on where you feel like you need that guidance and support.
And if they aren't able to take both at Reno, you offer something like that online?
Yeah. I have sort of a rotating, I've been experimenting with like songwriting sessions, which are sort of weekly touch points you can drop in or you can register for a whole term. And each session has sort of a point of inspiration to work on. I've also started working on developing some songwriting retreats. So we have like multiple hours, like a whole day to just sort of explore the world of songwriting. So all of that is kind of come different offerings at different times of the year, depending on schedules.
Have you
and
done
stuff,
retreats yet?
Not yet, but my first are happening this summer here in Portland. We're going to be out in Forest Park one day, and then I'm working on a southeast location. I think it's going to be Mount Talbert is where I'm
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful, humongous park.
Yes. So we're going to be out in the woods, and then we're going to come together and talk about how that inspiration out in the natural world can bring us to songwriting.
So it's a day event.
Yes.
Oh man, I want to know about those.
Oh, okay.
I'll be there.
Share the details. Yeah.
All right, and Avery also, when you submitted so many workshops from you to choose from, that's awesome.
I've taught a lot of things.
Yeah, Avery's got this really incredible spirit and soul and this gentle quality, and we have had a lot of requests for more on the beginner side, for workshops that are for people who are intimidated, you've never been to a festival before, or you've been once, or you just retired and you just started playing. So she'll be covering a few of those, and one of them, I think the title that we've talked about and chosen is Deer in the Headlights.
Deer in the Headlights. What did I sign myself up for? Right?
Yeah, and I think it's something to do like how to get the most out of the festival while you're here and stuff like that.
Yes, no, I think it's really important, especially as beginners, that you get a really good foundation in the instrument and also in how to learn in a workshop and sort of how to sort through all the questions that you have and know kind of what I really encourage folks to meet themselves where they are and to choose their own adventure. You know, your adventure is your own, but I often talk about finding that sweet spot challenge. You want something that isn't too boring, but also that isn't so overwhelming and intimidating that it just demotivates you, right? You don't really have the motivation to learn anymore. So finding that sweet spot is really important, and over the years I've become very invested in clearly communicating things about the instrument so everybody starts with a strong scaffolding.
Good way to say it. Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of workshop sessions.
Yes.
We have 10 sessions altogether, so
Great.
everybody will be able to take 10 classes.
Great.
And,
Just for beginners.
you need to Yeah, and it's going to build. So a couple of other ones that you have are for levels 1 to 2, and I believe one of them is playing campfire songs.
One is campfire songs by ear, which is always fun to
by ear.
Okay. Let's try to open up our ears, because think about it. At a campfire, you've got the wind blowing. Nobody wants to bring music stands out because they're all going to fall over.
Yeah.
And, it's a disastrous situation.
Yeah.
All the music in the campfire goes whoosh. No.
Yeah. Right into the fire.
Right into the fire, right? So we're just not going to even bring any paper to our campfire. No, it's really just about opening our ears, activating our fingers. I think when we use the music to play from, obviously it's a really helpful tool, but music is primarily an auditory and a kinesthetic experience.
It is,
and
isn't it?
so when you take that paper away, it really helps both that auditory system and your physical body, the physiology of playing.
Yeah.
Kind of, they have to compensate for that lack of visual, and that's how they start to grow those systems and together with each other too. So campfire songs are great because they're all 3 or 4 chord songs, and
Right.
they're fun to sing.
And you can learn to listen for the 3 chords. Even
Absolutely.
if you think you can't.
You absolutely can.
And then you guys can follow up with Jim DeVille's workshop on playing you by
Right.
ear and the emotional quality of chords and all of it put together.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're going to understand what the professionals do when we go out and play and perform or learn each other's songs and
Right.
things.
Right.
Intuition needs to be strengthened.
Absolutely. It's hard to explain that experience that you have anticipating what that next chord is going to be.
Yeah.
But we're going to practice it. There's only one way to develop that muscle, and that's to exercise it. So.
By not letting your bossy eyes be in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an audible language anyway, more than visual.
Yeah.
And then you've got
Playing and singing at the same time.
play and sing.
I
Tell me
love
about
teaching
that.
this. I love teaching this because I can't tell you how many times students have come to me and they say, okay, so I've got the chord pattern and I've got the strum pattern. I can totally play it through.
Yep.
And then I start to sing and it all falls apart.
Yep.
And so I take a very layered approach to the whole thing. We're gonna spend the entire workshop, maybe even working on just one song, but we're gonna go down super, super deep and really piece it apart and kind of reconstruct it. It's almost like you're taking a puzzle apart and then you're putting it back together piece by piece.
Nice.
And so you are gonna know that song for the rest of your life by the
Yes.
time we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, and then you can take all of those techniques and go with every
Apply
other
the
song.
same exact technique to any song that you want.
Formulas
Yeah.
is what it's
Yeah.
all about.
Yeah. And agency too. Like, I think it's really important to remind folks you have all the tools that you need to learn what you want to learn. We are here sometimes to remind you of what those tools are or to sort of introduce you to some new tools, but ultimately they're at your disposal.
Exactly.
You have a lot of agency in your own learning.
So in a way, you're going to be teaching people how to fish instead
A
of just
little bit.
giving them fish.
A little bit. That's the hope.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, this is your first time at Reno.
I know. My first time in Reno at all. I've never
Oh.
been to Reno.
Oh, bring your chapstick.
So, yes, so I've heard. And my water.
Yes. Yes, it's quite dry, but it's beautiful. But we'll be inside the casino
I'm sure it'll
most
be
of the
great.
time. Inside,
Mhm.
on the second floor, so we've got the whole space to ourselves. And you were also part of Manuka, I believe, several years.
Yes. Yeah. I've been there. Yeah. I think I taught the last 3 years. Yes.
Yeah, and tell them about Manuka.
Oh, Manuka's great. So it is the last week of March of every year. It's directed by Aaron and Nicole Kime. They're based in Hood River. Manuka is in the beautiful town of Corbett, Oregon.
It's a little tiny town.
Little teeny
up
tiny
on the-
town with this beautiful retreat center. So it's a beautiful setting.
Yeah.
It really does have that camp feel. It's called Ukulele Band Camp, I think, for a reason. Just a wonderful group of folks. I've loved working with them.
Yeah, yeah. We'll be bringing Aaron and Nicole to Reno at some point.
Oh, great.
And they just asked me to come to Manuka next year.
Oh,
so,
beautiful.
Yeah, so maybe
Great.
I'll see you there.
Good, good, good.
On top of that, I think that you did some online festivals too during the pandemic, right?
The Calgary one, yes. There was
Yes,
a Calgary online
UQuest.
festival. UQuest, thank you.
It's
It
the-
started as Calgary and then it
Yeah, it's based out of Calgary. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. I believe they call it like the year-long Uke Fest.
It is. It goes
lasts all
it's
year.
12 months a year.
Yeah,
It's
Uke
great.
West. Yeah, you can get to meet a lot of wonderful people. We have a bunch of friends in Calgary now that we've promised we're going to plan a tour up north to go find them.
Oh,
there,
good.
On the other side of the mountain.
Oh, pack me in your suitcase.
Yeah.
I want to go meet them too.
That'd be fun. Yeah. All right, and so what else do you have coming up? I mean, what can you tell them about what you do? You're based here in Portland.
Based in Portland,
but you have some online offerings as well.
I do, yeah, and it's been an interesting year to sort of navigate what folks are still, ready to do online, because I know a lot of folks have enjoyed returning to their in-person groups, as have I. I've really enjoyed reconnecting with people in person since we've been able to come back together. But this summer, I usually take a break from weekly classes in the summer, just because everybody's all over the place, like myself. But I'll be doing some, speaking of jams and no paper and activating all the systems of our body, I'll be doing a couple paperless jams over the course of the summer with different themes. So one will be campfire. That'll be a good preview of something like what we might play together in Reno.
Okay.
We'll be doing some blues, some spirituals, and some cowpoke songs.
Okay.
Just again, all 3 and 4 chord songs. Each jam has a different theme, so you can kind of come to the one that speaks to you.
And that's your online jams.
That'll be, there'll be east side of Portland for those who are here in the Portland area. East side, west side of Portland, and a couple of them will be online as well. So that's kind of the focus, is just having fun making music together on more of a drop-in basis than a weekly one.
Yeah.
And then the two songwriting retreats will be in July as well. So, but that's just for in-person.
Yeah.
Let me know if you're interested in some online songwriting. I've been toying with that as well, kind of finding a cohort. So we'll just let me know. Find me on the website.
I'll ask my patrons too, because I've had a few of them wanting to do more songwriting stuff, and I've been trying to make time to do it. But I'm not a prolific songwriter like you are either. So.
Well, it's a very different kind of a thing. I've learned to teach songwriting as opposed to teaching ukulele. It's a very different kind of a craft. So.
And I am very interested in learning from you.
Okay, well maybe we'll have you join us.
Yes. All right, so what is your website?
The website is averyhill.studio, so not .com, there's no com in there, just www.averyhill.studio. Yeah.
Which will be in the description below.
Beautiful.
And, well, awesome. Thank you so much for making time for us.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, we can't wait to party with you in Reno.
Sounds great. Okay. See you all there.